Hello, welcome back to my channel, The Threshold Dreamer. I just wanted to thank everyone for watching my last video. If you're new here, I have actually three videos total that I've put out so far. I'm kind of letting this all out in increments because it's basically like over a year's worth of messages and dreams that have happened that I'm now deciding to share. And basically, just to start off, I am not a speaker. I am not the person that likes to be in the limelight. I'm the person that always likes to be in the background. I have a twin sister, so I think growing up, we would always get pulled out of class and compared and picked apart of like our differences. So I think with having that happen, I just decided like I didn't want to be in front of people. So I'm not a public speaker. I get really nervous. I'm definitely building up the courage to do this because the whole time I've been fighting it, I've been told many times to speak, speak, speak. And I've been trying to do loopholes of like, oh, well, I'm going to write it down and then share like a free ebook, or I'm going to write it in comments on the internet. So I'm now finally listening and speaking, which is what I was told to do. I've been told to speak, use my mouth, instead of just writing. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, like I said, if you're new here, just to recap, in 2024, my brother died unexpectedly. It was very traumatic for the family because it happened with my sister, and yeah, it took me, I think it was like three months afterwards. So somewhere at the end of 2024, I ended up praying and surrendering myself to Christ in prayer because I had this darkness that came over me pretty much every night. And with that darkness, I was feeling a sense of dread and unease and just thinking about death all the time before I went to sleep, and like the finality of it. So finally I was like, I gotta let this go and give it to God. And I surrender myself. I asked for forgiveness, and I offered myself too as a servant. And I didn't have like some dramatic event, like, I wasn't seeing things, or, it was more of like I kind of felt a calmness after that. But I started having like sporadic dreams of just things that kind of stuck out for me. And one of them was I had like continuous earthquake dream. It was like earthquake after earthquake where I just kept standing and then falling down, standing, falling down. Like it just happened so many times. And then when I walked out, there was like a big volcanic explosion. Then on 2/5/25 is where I had the dream that kind of kicked it all off for me because it was so unusual. That one was where I saw a number over the water, and then I had these 7 bluish white orbs veiled in a cloud, and it struck me with a bolt of lightning to the forehead, and I fell face down. So that one was very odd for me, so I wrote that one down, and that one's the one that stuck, which I then found the meaning about 6 months later, because that's when I started receiving like visions and words spoken in the middle of the night. And it was around 8/4/26 is when I started getting the words spoken and the visions. So one of the dreams that I had was right before this. This is where I was like a parallel dreamer with my dad. We've had a couple parallel dreams that were very unique, that made me think, okay, there's more going on here. But I had a dream of a black horse in a desert. It was a dry, cracked desert. I was walking, and in front of me, there was the riderless black horse following a brownish red horse with a Middle Eastern rider on it. And for some reason, the black horse turned around and came towards me and then began circling me. And I just went up and grabbed it by the harness. And the man came back to retrieve the horse, and when he came back, he was trying to distract me with tricks and illusions on the back of this horse. So thinking about today, it kind of seems like what's going on right now, just in the sense of like the tricks and distractions with going on with the Middle East and Iran. So very weird that has happened. And then my dad's horse dream was his horse was on fire, like the back end of it was on fire, and he was trying to get the fire out, but the horse kept running away and screaming, and he tried so hard to get the flames out, but he couldn't get it out, and he woke up and he said he was just really disturbed by it. So, I kind of like wrote his down, and then I started having this feeling of, I don't know if it's like something with an earthquake, because even when I was with my first dream, if you go back and watch the video, the verse I found was Amos 5:8. So if you flip that verse into Amos 8:5, it talks about when will the new moon be over, and is basically describing like merchants trying to cheat people with like making things smaller but then charging more, kind of like today with what's going on with corporations. Like when you go get something to eat somewhere, they charge you more and the portions are smaller, or inflation. So I found that a little interesting as well, that kind of, you flip it and then it's kind of what's going on for today. But also in the start of Amos, it talks about 2 years before the earthquake. So I didn't know if that's why I had the earthquake dream too, was because it correlates with that. But what happened on the 22nd of September, I woke up in the middle of the night and it was like 2:56 in the morning. And I thought maybe my dog maybe woke me up, and I was trying to go back to sleep. And in my mind, I heard challenges of the Lord. And I was like, why would I think that? Like, why am I hearing that? And then 30 seconds later, boom, an earthquake started shaking me. And I jumped out of bed. I was so like freaked out by that. And I think it came in as a 4.8, but it downgraded to a 4.3. I know it's like nothing for California, but I was pretty close to the epicenter. I'm like right by the Hayward. So yeah, still jolted me pretty well. And that's probably the strongest one that I felt since being here, because I've been here probably about 6 years now. But yeah, that one definitely, that one I was like, okay, like, this, like, thank you, God. I'm definitely, I got your message. Thanks for the heads up. So I start, it's like when you start doubting yourself, when you have these dreams and experiences, and you're like, am I making this stuff up in my head, or am I trying to like draw some kind of conclusion? When you have something like that happen, it's like, nope, like something warned me, like there's something happening here. And as time goes on, I start having more things happen where I get the words spoken that are in Aramaic, Hebrew, Latin, stuff that I have no knowledge of, that basically align with my dreams. So if you watch the other dreams that I have posted, those are kind of like later on that I got, and they kind of just validate everything else going forward. But so I'll make this one a little bit short today. I'll start talking more about some of the words that I heard, like with the liminal state. They started getting in like longer sentences, and then I have more dreams, more visions. So yeah, but anyway, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and I really appreciate you guys liking and subscribing. I just wanted to get my, message out, my testimony, because I'm definitely being told to speak it. So thank you.